in the last video, I had the issue with that fuel pressure regulator, so ordered a new one. That's arrived. I also had other problems with the carbs, but I've gone on about them that much. I thought I'll just give it a rest for a while. But basically, top of one of the slides snapped off, so I bought a new, well, not a new, it's obviously very used, single carb. Just took the bits out of that I need, so hopefully I can keep using that for spares as well. So but yeah, I'm going to fit that now and hopefully get running again. Well, that's all installed. I've tried to run the fuel lines as tight as possible and hidden them away a little bit, which I'll definitely regret when something needs sorting out. But overall, it looks a lot tidier. So fingers crossed it works. It already seems to think it's running, what, 2 psi? And the car's not even turned on, so I'm sure that gauge is going to be awesomely accurate. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fuel pump's running now, and the gauge is set to 3 psi, which is factory specs. So, see how it goes. So I think I mentioned that when I received this gauge, it was already reading sort of like nearly 2 psi. The company sent me a new one out, which is much better. But yeah, running the car up with the new gauge on, it turns out that I was only making about 1.5 psi of pressure, and that is, you know, potentially too low and would indicate the fuel pump's potentially on its way out. So this is the current state of affairs, which isn't really a problem. It's just I've got a track day tomorrow, and yeah, I've got to go to work now till 10 o'clock and then come back and try and fix the fuel pump. Luckily, I managed to get a new fuel pump. My brother picked that up for me while I was at work. So I'm going to fit that, put it back together, and hopefully I can choose what pressure I actually want to run rather than just a maximum of 1.5 psi. Tank's back in, maximum excitement. So let's hope we hear fuel pump noises and then I can set the pressure. Fuel pump noises, good. And that's the same as before, so that's quite interesting, as in not interesting at all. I don't know why it's doing it. Yeah, I'm not really sure. When I lock the return off, I get 3 psi and back down again. Guess I'll just have to send it. At least I know the pump's new. Well, either way we're running. I've fitted new pilot jets and stuff as well, and it is hitting much better fuel ratios. Just for information, the jets you get from Amazon are absolute garbage. Don't bother with them. Get some genuine or professionally made ones. Just got fuel, just doing a few morning checks, and then we'll set off. Hopefully that plays ball today, because the fuel ratios are sound. About to go out for the first lap, see how it goes. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear from the last lap that I did, but the engine was making some funny noises, and yeah, bottom end's gone for sure. It's also blown the main 80 amp fuse, which is pretty weird, so it won't start, the dash doesn't work, anything like that. So yeah, I'm currently waiting for a recovery truck. Sat on the side of the road, proper style. Ah well, to rebuild 4AG now. Yeah, brother. Oh no. Back home, thanks to the recovery services, pretty good for a change. But yeah, bottom end definitely gone. And I don't know why, but the main 80 amp fuse is blown as well. Seems strange. But I guess it's time to rip this out and rebuild it. Yay. That explains why the 80 amp fuse blew. That's off the alternator. That snapped off and shorted out on the side of the alternator. So I've just cut that off. I'll get a new connector for the end of that, and that should fix that. So at least that's not a complicated fix. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I've just wrestled the sump off. And as you can see, that is definitely bits of bottom end bearing. So I guess that's proof of what's happened. I'll inspect the big ends next, see which one's gone or how many have gone. Well, that's not great. I think it is just number 2 though. So that's something, but I'll pull them all down and inspect them in the car, and then I guess pull the motor, see what we're up against. Number 2 out. As you can see, that's toast. That looks okay though, with a bit of polish. I think the cranks seems fine as well, so a bit of a tiny polish and that should be fine. So hopefully it's just a bearing replacement. But yeah, that'll do for this video. On to the next one.